She doesn't trust, she just like doesn't trust me on camera or off camera anymore.
Like, I can't and don't trust that in this moment it's not about optics, that it hasn't been about optics, because we haven't really had a lot of those private, connective, deepening moments for me.
When the optics are done,
Yeah.
that's when you can find those moments.
And maybe this means that like I wasn't ready for this process, but like I don't feel centered to be able to like tell, to even start to decipher that. Like I feel like I need to reground myself, regroup, like retrust my intuition, because everything just feels shot at this point.
Well, and I wonder about that, because I feel like every time I saw you, I was like, you all look so great together. You seem so connected. You're very affectionate with one another. And do you feel like that was a lie?
I think on camera, Austin is a lot more affectionate and complimentary and gentle with me. And I don't think it's something that he does on purpose. I don't think it's like the camera's leaving, a light switch goes off and he's like, great, I'm off work for today. Mm-hmm. I think it's that he has to be more aware of himself when the cameras are around, or he feels that way.
Mm-hmm. I think like her framework on this whole situation has been skewed. Even like, you know, the things that you have like given, like the activities you've told us to do, she doesn't trust that it's coming from like a genuine spot. And I've said many times, like, I don't do things that I don't want to.
I don't know. It's hard to separate what is real and what isn't. And again, when the conversation of optics got brought up, it only like
amplified.
Yeah.
You know, we're having this conversation about like authenticity, and I can't help but notice this, like how close y'all are sitting to each other, and you know, Austin's had his arm around you the entire time. He's rubbing your back, right? Like, do you feel that this is genuine in this moment?
I definitely really, really want it to be, because I have felt that, and that's where my mind just starts to ruminate and replay incidences in my head, and it's not a healthy place for me to go to, which is why I really need to like take time for myself. I want to believe that. And I see it in times where we are good. I think it's like seeing that in times where we also maybe aren't good, or maybe I'm not.
That's
I don't
hard.
know.
It is hard.
It is hard.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to do too. Yeah.
Well, right. And like we were saying before, like this is a really like anxiety producing, 8-week situation, especially if, you have anxiety to begin with. Mm-hmm. And so when you're saying like, I'm in my head and I'm kind of questioning this, may I challenge you to tell your anxiety to shut up right now?
Oh, yeah. No,
yeah.
Tell her.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
I tell her all the time.
So like, tell her right now,
Yeah,
right? And like, what do you have to lose by leaning into believing that this is genuine right now?
Yeah, I think I do see it and I do trust it. And I know that it's a hard place for Austin to be in, because if he is acting out of a place of, genuine feeling and authenticity, like how hard would it be to sit there and not be believed? And like, I'm sorry that that's not where I'm at, but I want to get there. And like, that's what I'm trying to do.
I think there's a lot more answers that you can't know unless you continue outside this process.
And I know there's going to be a lot of trust that you're having to build. And the only thing that really can build trust is commitment and consistency and time, because you got to show each other that this thing that you believe in right now, that it's valuable. And it's going to take some time, but I believe firmly that you guys have what it takes, to make this work.
So, the time has now come where we have to make a decision. Do you want to stay married or get a divorce?
I want to say no to where this marriage has been, but I want to say yes to where it could be.
So am I hearing then that your answer is yes?